We're going to get started in approximately. Welcome to the program. We're going to get started in approximately 1 minute. I'll tell you what's going on in the background. I am prepping, getting ready. I'm checking my stream health, making sure I've got a good, strong stream to the platforms that I'm going out to. I could be going to YouTube, Facebook, or LinkedIn, or I could be going to all three. I'm just making sure everything is working correctly. Audio looks good, all that jazz. Please don't forget to chat it up. There's a chat box, regardless of the platform that you're watching this on, whether it be YouTube, Facebook, or LinkedIn, you have the ability to enter your comments and your thoughts. Please be mindful everybody gets to see those, but share your knowledge because I think it will help the program. And watch that chat box because there's a lot of great information in there. And please send me ideas for the future programs. So it's about a minute, so we should be getting started. Thanks. All right, and welcome everybody out there in LinkedIn land and YouTube land and Facebook land. I've got with me Mr. David Smith. David, why don't we check your audio out? Why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, let's do it. So my name is David Smith. I'm the Codes and Standards Specialist here at Eaton. I've been doing this for about running on 3 years now. Couldn't be happier to be on the show. I appreciate you, Tom, coming on here, and look forward to go over some of the industry news and some of the issues whenever it comes to state adoption or anything that's going on whenever it comes to the electrical industry. So let's dive into it, Tom, if you're ready.
That sounds like a plan. So we're going to talk a little bit about industry news. And David, I'm going to let you take it away. I know you do a lot of things with state code adoptions. You work out with people like the International Code Council and IAEI, International Association of Electrical Inspectors. And I know they have some section meetings coming up and we're in the planning phase. So why don't you share some of what you know, being boots on the street and what you're seeing. So
Sure, absolutely. So the IAI just sent out the March member newsletter a couple of days ago. And so on that particular newsletter, they announced that the Western section and the Canadian section annual meetings are going to be going on. The Western section is September 19th through the 22nd at Shanty Creek Resort near Bel Air, Michigan. Evidently, it's not far from Transverse City, Michigan. And I think, Tom, you could also actually speak to that a little bit more because you're very much involved with the Western section. So, yeah. And then the Canadian section will be September 24th through the 26th at the Inn in Waterloo, Ontario. So it's interesting to see that, last year, these section meetings, unfortunately, had to go to a virtual meeting. There was no in-person particular part of it. And so my understanding, and Tom, you might be able to speak this a little bit further whenever it comes to the Western section, that IAEI currently is essentially going forward and just essentially scheduling in person as if we're going to be all good to go September time. So does that sound about right?
That's what so we just had I'm the Western section education chair, and we just had our board meeting Saturday, and we were going over the schedule, the program. I've reached out to all of the presenters. Western section is going to have an awesome program. We're going to be talking swimming pools. Vince Delacroce is going to be there talking swimming pools. We're going to be talking grounding and bonding, and that's going to be Christine Porter and Joe Andre. We've got we've got a great lineup. I can't think of every one of those off my top of my head, but we did talk. We're looking at in person, and it's going to be up in Michigan. But all of this stuff, David, it's all dependent upon what the states are going to let us do. What the I know we've got the vaccine getting out there and all that great stuff, but still, I think there's going to be a hesitation throughout this year to travel and have face-to-face meetings. I know a few industry partners that I work with. We're looking at holding off our face-to-face meetings. So
sure,
for some things early, mid-year.
Right, and I think everyone's kind of doing this awkward prediction, because whenever it comes to different seminars like the IEI or conferences like that, or just events in general, going to be happening in the summer, this is largely, even down to my family reunion, Tom, I have to figure out if we're going to be doing it virtual or in person this year. And the elderly love family reunions.
That's the truth.
This is a huge issue for me.
Absolutely.
But to go back, to be a little bit, it's affecting everything is really what I'm trying to say. And I talked today to Dave Platt, who is the IEI Eastern Section President, at least for whenever it comes to this year. He's going to be organizing the one in Pittsburgh. It's supposed to happen last year in Pittsburgh. There's going to be, a big to-do where Eaton was going to be heavily involved with it because our electrical headquarters is based in Pittsburgh as well. And so that is going to be 17th through the 19th of September this year. The board meeting is going to be on the 16th, and registration is going to be happening that day before on the 16th. But the main event is going to be 17th through the 19th at Station Square. And we're both just trying to figure out, is Eaton going to be able to open up the Power Systems Experience Center in Warrendale to allow people to come in and check it out, which is an excellent facility for anybody who hasn't actually seen it yet, or you might have seen on some of the marketing videos. Tom does an excellent job of featuring a lot of the things normally this type of a show from there. And so, a lot of things are in the air. Dave Platt's doing an excellent job of, organizing that whole thing. But everything is we're going forward as if it's going to be in person. The vaccine rollout throughout the country seems to be going well. But as you were saying, Tom, it tends to be state to state. Pennsylvania, where we are, the Governor Wolf, doesn't necessarily seem to be budging where some other states are. We're not the people that make any judgments on that. It's more of just we're trying to figure out exactly how that's going to happen in the summer and into the fall. And so IEI is currently moving forward as if it's going to be in person, which I think is all you can do at this point, and then make any adjustments down the line if there needs to be.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the NFPA annual meeting this in June. I can't remember what I saw from them. The electrical safety workshop, which is the next order of our business, the electrical safety workshop is live right now. Kevin Lippert from Eaton is the chair. I'm on the documents committee, or I chair the documents committee, or whatever. I don't know the name of my committee, but in any case, we have the booklet that we put together for this event. So hopefully, a lot of you are. If you did not sign up for the electrical safety workshop, which has started today, they're still accepting registrations up to 30 days after today. So for one more month, you can still register, watch the entire event, and still get CEU credits. I think that's pretty awesome that they were able to make that happen. So the electrical safety workshop, we just had 2 technical presentations this morning. In fact, we're at lunch. That's why I got 15 minutes before I got to hop back on. So at 12:15, the next program starts back up again. So I just want to make sure everybody understands they can still get to the electrical safety workshop. All right, so state code adoption. David, you are boots on the street. You are in the mud and the muck and working on state code. Yeah, exactly. And I know it must be hard because you can't travel and sit down at the table with these legislatures and others who are adopting. But I think you had a couple states that you wanted to focus on.
Yeah, so 2 states since the last time we talked have currently updated to the 2020 NEC, or at least are planning on it. Both of them are going to be updating and enforcing the 2020 NEC on April 1st of this year, so just a couple weeks from now. Iowa just announced that they were going to be doing that. Going to be 2020 NEC adoption. There is going to be a delay on GFCI 250 volt protection in dwelling units until the 1st of next year. And so those particular articles are going to be 210.8A and 210.8F are going to be the two articles that are going to be impacted by that particular amendment. However, the sunset date for that particular amendment is going to be January 1st. And so after January 1st, 2020, Iowa is going to be fully on the 2020 NEC, which is great news. And that all of it, the rest of the 2020 NEC takes effect, like I said, the 1st of next month. Oregon as well is going to be adopting the 2020 NEC effective April 1st. However, it's a little bit more, they've done a lot more work on it, let's put it that way, unfortunately. And so if you are in the Oregon area, I would say, check with your, local inspectors and any of your authorities having jurisdiction on exactly what the code is going to be in your state for the 2020 NEC.
I was talking to a contractor out in Oregon who told me that the state was looking at making EV and PV ready a part of their code. Are you familiar with any of that? I mean, did you catch any wind of that?
There is a lot of it in general. I'm not 100% sure on Oregon specifically, but all over the West Coast, particularly for California and Oregon, those types of conversations have been having. California more, just the nature of the politics of the state and everything like that. I believe California actually mandated that there needs to be some type of EV provisions in each dwelling unit going forward. And I think that might have been 2 years ago or something like that. And so that particular conversation happening in that part of the country. And I would not be surprised if it starts to spread eastward, as we become more driven whenever it comes to energy, and the new electrical codes and the new energy codes start to become adopted throughout the state.
Yeah, I know that I think we all understand that stuff happens out in California and on that coast, and then it makes its way across the country, especially around sustainability, photovoltaics and things like that. I just had a discussion with a consulting engineer today, or I think it was yesterday, about photovoltaics and the cost payoff, the return on investment. And he made a point, and he made a valid point that putting PV on your roof in Pennsylvania, the cost, or a barn in Pennsylvania, putting the cost of that amortized and say, well, the government's going to give you so much in a subsidy, but then you still have a good chunk of that cost that you have to figure out what's my savings and how many years is it going to take for me to pay it off. And that's really going to come down to the cost of the PV itself. I mean, just you put it on the roof and it just runs, right? But how much sun you get and all this other good stuff, your cost per kilowatt hour has a value with regard to PV, and you have to compare that to what you get from the utility. So
that's exactly right.
If you're not saving any money, or if you're saving a few cents, it's going to take you a heck of a lot longer to get that money back. And his point was, which I think is valid, the cost of energy in California is different than the cost of energy here in Ohio and Pennsylvania and Central America and things like that. So you're going to have you're going to have that impact of the cost of the installations and whatnot, and the ROI. But in any case, California, and I know California had the PV. I know they were talking about trying to go all electric because they want to get, in some of those locations, I think probably due to the wildfires and earthquakes and things like that, they want to remove gas from the structures and make all electric homes so that they don't have to worry about those gas leaks and explosions and things like that. At least that's my assumption. I don't know that for a fact, but where my head goes, that's probably, the direction that they're thinking.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a bunch of different studies whenever it comes to this for the return on investment. I think it's called ELOC. I can't remember exactly what the that particular acronym stands for at this moment, but there are economists looking at this stuff, and so we're eventually going to be seeing that not only in policy nationally but state by state. And one thing I did want to mention is that those two states, Oregon and Iowa, are now joining the previous list of 9 as of April 1st of Colorado, Georgia, Massachusetts, Minnesota, North and South Dakotas, Texas, Washington, and Wyoming that are already on the 2020 NEC. And so you can also drop a line to myself or Tom about the particulars of your state. So davidasmith@eaton.com. My LinkedIn, I'm sure, is going to be linked on here as well. And so just drop me a line and we can find out a little bit more information for you if you'd like.
That's cool. And you will now, David, you're going to be with me moving forward, right? So every chance you get on Tuesdays at 12 o'clock, it's going to be you and I, and we're going to be talking about all kinds of industry news, and this is one of those. And what I need from you is to update this map for me so that we can show what states have adopted the 2020 code, where everybody's at on the 17, etc. So that'll be a great addition to our little Tuesday Tech Talks.
Absolutely, I can do that, and I'll send you the invoice for it, and I can't wait.
That's what I love to hear. Now, the other thing I want to just remind everybody, and it's 12:14. I got one more minute before the electrical safety workshop starts again. I want to have two things I want to cover. Factory Floor Friday. I highlighted this on my LinkedIn account, and if you're not if people aren't following David Smith and Tom Dimitrovich on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and whatever other social media, you're just not up on the news, right? But Factory Floor Friday, Pound Factory Floor Friday, important for everybody to watch. This one was really intriguing because there was a section 702.12 outdoor generator sets that went for portable generator sets. There was a requirement that went in that said that these types of connectors, when you have portable generators, it's not necessarily this equipment, but it's similar application, that they have to be rated for. It says where a portable generator rated 15 kW or less is installed using a flanged inlet or other cord and plug type connection, a disconnecting means shall not be required where ungrounded conductors serve or pass through a building or structure. It says power inlets, this is the one, rated 100 amps or greater for portable generators. Equipment containing power inlets for the connection of a generator source shall be listed for the intended use. Systems with power inlets shall be equipped with an interlock disconnecting means. And the exception is when those are listed as a disconnect. Not too many of those are listed as disconnects. And when you have these, especially portable generators out in the in general population where kids or whomever can just basically pull that, and you don't necessarily can you see the generator. That's a hazard. So the code made this change, and what I love about this is they show the door in the bottom that the inlets can be locked, so you don't have those exposed. So someone's not going to go in and pull that while you're energized. So I think that was a cool product, and that was done by Charlie Hume, who's I believe he's the product line manager for transfer switches. So you got to check. This is the 1200 amp transfer switch equipped with an integrated power panel that serves as a generator docking station for quick connection of emergency power. So, and he pointed out that the color-coded power panel is constructed of industry standard 16 series cam lock receptacles, male, mounted on a high-strength fiberglass reinforced polyester material. The steel is not used because of the eddy currents. And then the transfer switch has a cam lock quick connect panel. So there's a lot of safety built into these solutions. And that's what I love about Pound Factory Floor Friday on LinkedIn. Go up to that top left-hand side, hit Pound Factory Floor Friday and or Pound Eaton Tech Talk, and you'll get these.
Perfect. Yeah, I did want to reiterate the fact that if you get a hashtag Eaton Tech Talk, you're going to be able to see not only this episode but also all the previous episodes that we've had of Eaton Tech Talk on LinkedIn or on any site that you would be onto at the time whenever you click it. So if you're on YouTube and click it, it'll take you to all the YouTube videos. If you're on LinkedIn, it will take you all the LinkedIn videos. So
absolutely,
yeah, perfect, great stuff. Happy Tuesday, Tom.
Happy Tuesday, and don't forget. On my YouTube channel, what I'm going to be doing this Thursday, at 5 o'clock p.m. is I'm going to be doing a ground fault calculation. We're going to do the positive, negative, and zero sequence impedance diagrams, and we are going to calculate by hand ground fault currents. I'm going to show you how it's done behind the scenes. We're going to verify our answers with SKM, and also, David, I have a spreadsheet that I'm going to share with all of those who show up to my YouTube channel, and it's youtube.com/c/Thomas Dimitrovich. It's also in the link down below or up above on this LinkedIn site or YouTube, wherever you're viewing this from. But you got to check it out. But I have a spreadsheet where I do the math, and they can go in and edit it. They can change it, modify it, all that great stuff. It is 12:18. I am 3 minutes past my session on electrical safety workshop. So don't forget, get out there, electricalsafetyworkshop.com. You can still register up to 30 days, get CEU credits. It's going on through Thursday afternoon. So remember, Thursday evening, 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern, be on my YouTube channel because we're going live. And I don't know if I can convince this guy. You know, I've been trying to get David to get down and dirty and roll up. I mean, he's closer to college than I am. So, you know, I'm saying, David, you gotta start brushing off the pencil and get the calculator out, buddy.
Okay. All right. Well, whenever you're ready, I have 2 pens right here ready to go. So let's do it.
Is. And get your HP calculator. None of that PI stuff anyway.
No free ads, HP.
Oh yeah, this is no, I'm not. Yeah, no ads. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. David, thank you for joining in today.
Thank you, sir.
And wearing a tie, buddy. You look good.
Just for you and everyone out there.
Absolutely. That? Okay, everybody. Remember, stay safe, and thank you for what you do for the electrical industry. Electrical safety. Please stay healthy. Signing off. I'm going back over to ESW. Take care, David.
See ya.
See ya. Well, that was a pretty good program. I enjoyed it. I hope you did as well. And if you're watching this, that means you've watched all the way to the end. And I thank you for your attention. Also, since you are watching this at the end, I would ask that you're probably the right person to give me feedback. Let me know what you thought of the program. Let me know plus or minus. Send me a note, send me an email, send me your feedback, and please give me your ideas on future ideas for topics. A lot of the materials I create for my channel is based upon questions from customers, from engineers I know, from electrical inspectors, or questions I've seen posed to other people that I think merit a discussion. So I need your feedback. I need your ideas. And because you are here at the end, I'm going to put special attention to your thoughts. So in your email to me, in your feedback, please put at the end, and then whatever your feedback is, and that'll let me know that you're responding to this. And I'm going to give you some special attention because you're as committed to the industry and electrical safety as I am. Together, I think we can make it. So please give me your feedback. Thank you for what you do for the electrical industry. Thanks for what you do for electrical safety. And stay tuned and see you online again. And hopefully one day, see you in person. Take care, stay safe, God bless, and please stay healthy.